Actually, let me go to the page.
Nope, too late. We're live.
Well, what is up, my bros? It's your boy 2KROs here with another episode of Bugz2Men. This is going to be our final episode of the year, as we are going to be taking a holiday break up until January. So we might as well end off Spoopy month with Kamen Rider Ghost. So let's go! Kaku go! Go, 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 Ghost! So guys, I am joined here with some amazing guests. We have 2 returning guests and a brand new guest. So guys, why don't you go ahead and we'll introduce ourselves. I think we're in the square, so to my right.
Yes, I am back. I have finally taken Gary's job. I have locked him out of the house. I am your new god now, everyone.
No, Dresden. X8 episode was last week. No, wait, the week before.
Okay.
Time's fake.
Let me introduce you to a couple of characters named Freya and Frey. I am your god now.
Oh, God.
Oh, I love Freya.
I am your co-host for the Ghost. I live here. Everybody deal with it except for Gary. Like I said, he's not welcome here anymore. Gary, get off my channel.
All right, and down below.
I guess I'll go next. Hi, I am the new guy today. So I am 6 Echo. I'm from the Tokudan podcast I do with Kaiju Carl. We talk about all kinds of stuff. So I'm really excited to talk about Ghost today. It's not something we've touched on much. It's one of the subjects that I hold near and dear. So I'm really excited for today.
And of course, diagonally. Oh wait, diagonally.
That like this way, kind of.
Yeah, no. Yeah. If I'm looking off in a weird direction, it's because my camera reverses my image, and I have no idea where to look at this point. But hello, I'm Sono. I'm the karate bug mom. As I'm known by many names, but Sono is the most common of them. I am delighted to be here talking about Ghost. I adore it. Again, it is also one near and dear to my heart. Very, very excited to talk about it with you guys today.
You can make it up for me by, staying gone, Gary. Also, yes, we have the Mama Fries meal here with us today.
Yes, that is another name people know me by.
Hello.
Any various Toku mom name is generally me. I don't know how I ended up. I don't know how I ended up there, but I did.
It's such a strong title too, Toku Mom. Toku Mom.
Look, I've had to ground members of this community more than once.
Yeah, we're not getting into that, otherwise I'll be angry. And I just woke up 30 minutes ago.
So he's
I've
already
done it before, and I'll do it again. But I'm here, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go ahead and move a picture of.
Oh God, I'm so washed
We
out.
got pictures?
Yeah.
Let me put my blinds down so I'm not all
So yeah.
washed out.
Okay, it's not really moving over. Come on.
There we go.
Photo.
Helped a
What if I
little
do
bit.
this? And what the heck? It's not. No, move to the other screen. What's the point of? If I just make it large and then drag it over. But yeah, guys, we're talking about Kamen Rider Ghost today. So obviously that is the actually which entry is that I've been going through. So 6, this is your first time on the show. We've been going backwards in terms of the Kamen Rider like Heisei era. Well, we started off with Saber as like one of our first episodes. We went to 01, and then we're going backwards. So obviously today is Ghost.
Nice. I joined in at a good time.
Yeah. We've 2 weeks ago we did X8, and then let's see. Oh,
I think it's 7 in phase 2.
Yes, so 17 overall because
Yeah.
Gaim was 15 because that was where Showa and Heisei kind of evened out because they had the 15 riders for each. And then Drive was where Heisei just kind of like, okay, we live here now. We are forever.
It's not letting me drag It's not letting me drag it to the other screen. That's weird.
We're gonna have to come for the Drive episode because I think Carl's opinion has been greatly changed on Drive. So I'm sure
you don't
he's
want
gonna
me
be
here for the
excited to talk
Drive
about that.
episode. You don't want me here for that.
Drive
I've got a lot
Drive
of Drive.
Drive is gonna be our first episode of next year.
Okay.
we're
I
gonna be
will
having.
make everyone angry during Drive.
Oh, yeah?
Also, Gary,
Listen,
you're wrong.
I mean,
17.
our first viewing of Drive was harsh, and as we went forward in years, we looked back on Drive and we misjudged you. We really did. So we're happy to see it again and visit all this stuff again.
No,
Tori,
I
my
didn't
dear,
misjudge
Tori, my
Drive
dear,
at all.
You know
you're
I'm
going
going
to
to be here for double.
Tori, my dear, you're going to be on for double. I cannot have my Philip without.
Double. Oh my God. Yes, please. Double, please.
I'll
Yeah,
come
for
to
some
double.
reason,
Y'all
I
need
can't
someone to
pull-
talk about Shroud. I am the expert.
I mean, yeah. If I know that you, I've seen your
I-
costume before. I want you to come
That
on with
was-
that if you can.
Look, I will. I have not put it on since that year, but I will bust it back out. I still have all the parts.
Nice.
I found the mask
Nice.
recently, so I'll do it.
Okay, yeah. So for some reason, guys, it's not letting me open up the. Okay. Oh wait, here I can probably do. Share it from the.
There's always a
window.
way.
Let me see if I can pull it up. Well, this is my little folder. Let's see if I can. No, it didn't pull it up. Dang it! Come on, guys. Really? So I guess we're not showing pictures today.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. It's
What?
weird. It's like usually I just drag onto the second screen and then we're able to pull things up. Gary, I don't know. I gotta check see who's available.
Yeah.
Gary,
I
you
know
don't
that-
work here anymore.
I know that Zach Lavoie from Ranger Command Power Hour. I know he's a huge Drive fan. I've already asked him if he could be on, so he's definitely one of our confirmed ones. So, but yeah, guys, with Kamen Rider Ghost, we have a great cast of characters. We have Takuji Takadu. Everybody kind of likes to joke around because this is the good boy of the show. His first episode on his 18th birthday, he dies. Like typically, Kamen Riders do that around the 30s or the later half of the season.
He wanted to start strong. He wanted to make a really good impression in that first episode and really get you guys in because the stakes don't get much higher. So.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Gary, yeah, if you want to hop in, man, I know that you said you weren't going to be on for the Ghost episode. You can just mute yourself and then just share the pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You're still
obviously,
fired.
I mean, that's actually a good point, though, Rob. He wanted to get an early start. That means that technically, Takadu, if we look at it that way, he's at super level already at the first episode. Then
He's already ascended, and it's the you really get the idea. All right, so if you think back to when you first saw Ghost and the expectations and that like we always have for the first episodes, it's always that unknown that you're like, okay, I know what we got a teaser of, we got that floaty ghost introduction and we're like, yo, and I know for me coming off of all right, so I never recovered after Gaim, so it took a bit for me to get my legs back under me until about Build. But anyway, so after Gaim, everything was just kind of so. But those first images of Ghost, that silhouette, that image of the combo of the orange and black, and like your jacket right now, bro, like everything about that is amazing. See, like that hooked me so quick, and I'm like, okay, whatever this is gonna be, I know it's gonna look exactly how I want it to look, and aesthetically, I was hooked the whole show.
yeah,
Dude, you have your jacket. I made it a point to buy this.
Oh, nice. Like if honestly, I've been like really heavy into like helmet making. I was going to make a Ghost, but I didn't have enough materials. But I have my own one right here. So, but yeah, that would be
That's
fun.
awesome.
I should have done that. Like I should have planned for that ahead of time because I already knew that we were going to do Ghost at the end of the month. I should have made that helmet. But
That's amazing.
I used my materials for my 01 helmet, which is still not done yet. But yeah, honestly, yeah, the aesthetic look of Ghost when you first see it, the parka look, it's like you said, like it's clean, like this contrast, and then you see the other forms, particular, like we'll talk about the other forms, but like the very different variations of each, like little hoodie or parka, or like they're just great designs. I think that the only thing I don't like, but we'll talk about that when we get into the forms.
Okay.
Yeah. First look at Ghost was pretty cool. I mean, especially with like the icons themselves, like these little these are Kamen Rider fidget toys.
Yeah. Kamen Rider fidget spinners.
Recklessly just pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing. Okay, Tori's got the good idea. Yeah.
Robin Hood, yeah.
Robin Hood's
Robin Hood, the cleanest, both the cleanest suits.
The Robin Hood episode was good. Like the whole thing behind when Ghost first started, I should say, like, my opinion on the show overall. The second watch gave me a better opinion because I broke up the show into Ghost and then Ghost GT. Because after the initial time, after the first death, 12th death, whatever, after he saves Canon, I figured that's when the show should have ended legitimately for the sake of the story. Because everything after that, yes, did give us a lot more conclusions, but it was always like dragged out just to get there. Yeah, like he said. The icon gimmick is
this writer has a very strange sense of pacing, which also kind of kept up with Saber.
Yeah,
I really think that someone should just give him like 100-episode anime, and that's how much time he needs. He needs like twice the time he has because he'll rush things and then stretch things out a lot. He's got a very strange sense of pacing, and I think he is just, at least with Rider, I'm not very familiar with his other work, is... Ooh, Drez, where'd you go?
Went to the Shadow Realm. It's the Shadow Realm. It happens. He'll come back.
But yeah, with I think he just keeps building lore that is too big for a 50-episode show. And that was...
Do you think that's
really
why he needed all those movies? Because I have not
I'm
watched
not
the
sure
movies.
Because that really kind of became a thing in Phase 2, especially around Gaim and Ghost is really when we started getting a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I mean, Ghost may have been the catalyst for that, and they just did so well that we kept getting more. I mean, Double had the Excel movie, so we didn't start secondary writers movies with Gaim and Ghost. But
Right.
It seems like branching out from there, and then X8 has 4 movies, like 4 post-series movies, and I think it's just this writer in particular builds a lot more lore than he needs, and doesn't quite have the sense of pacing to know when to kill his darlings.
Right. I gotcha.
And it's really my only big criticism with Ghost, and honestly with Saber, because he's an incredible character writer. Both series have really strong casts, and I don't know the degree to which he's involved in casting, but the chemistry of the entire cast in both shows is incredible. And it's really what carries both shows. But I love Ghost.
Dresden just came back, so
Yes.
I came to Ghost. Look, I'm very. About the fact that I did not like Gaim, and I dropped it halfway. It's
the pain.
I don't
The
like
pain.
Gen Urobuchi's writing. I hold it against no one who likes the show. I don't think he should write hero shows. I'm not a fan of his cynicism when it comes to the hero genre. It's just not for me.
Fair enough.
Again, I don't hold it against anyone else. I'm glad that so many people like Gaim. It means that the year was not wasted. The fact that other people were able to take good stuff away from it, I think, is great.
Right. Yeah.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
It's just not for me.
And that's perfectly fine. That's that's the life of a toku. Yep.
I'm glad that at this point everyone seems to have kind of settled in that middle ground, because it was rough when Gaim was airing. It was rough. But
I'm sorry.
I wasn't into Gaim. I have mixed feelings on Drive. But so coming back to Ghost, it was, I had these 2 years where I wasn't as engaged with Kamen Rider as I would have liked to be.
Mm-hmm.
So coming to Ghost and seeing how just very energetic it was, that we had these really great suit designs. I will give that Gaim has Orange Arms is one of my favorite suits in all of Rider. I love that suit.
It is.
But seeing seeing another year of really strong design, seeing this really strong cast, it made me really excited, especially for a show that was very much about coping and about hope. Especially, you know, again, a thing about Gaim that I was not into was kind of the cynicism of it. And having a show that was much more upfront about, like, no, we want to be very hopeful and kind of look for the best in humanity, really, really got me excited for Gaim. Having, you know, two girls up front in the cast after a year that was not kind to Kiriko, to put it generously. And especially very early on, Akari's actress was like, hey, I want more out of this character. I think she has a lot of potential, and that the writers leaned into that really had me excited for where Ghost was going.
Right.
Also, the fact that you and Akari share a birthday.
That's true.
You have no choice. But
That's true. I didn't know that at the time, but our birthdays, I believe hers is the 10th, actually. I think she and Akashi from Bokendra have the same birthday, but due to time zones, our birthdays overlap.
Gotcha.
Nice. So yeah, as you guys can see, I finally got the pictures up. So here's our cast: Tenkuji Takeru, the good boy down there. We have Akari, we have Kanon, Makoto, the great sage, Onari, Alan, and those guys.
Shibuya and Naruto.
Okay, there we go. That's why we have Sono on.
Look, that section of the cast is that's mine. That's why I'm here today.
Shibuya. He's the one that got his own episode, correct?
Yes, he's the one behind Onari. Naruto is the one behind Sage.
The one with the glasses.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's the one that used to be Deno for a hot minute.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He was Kid Deno, right?
Yes, Kid Deno and then Decade Deno.
Nice.
Yeah, he's the Deno that we get when we can't afford Takara Sato.
Which is
always
basically the entirety of the show.
But when they wouldn't let him come back, when he was too busy being one of the biggest names in Japan.
Alan, yes.
Yes. My boy,
By far my favorite character. Alan is my favorite character for the show.
But we can't afford it anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
We blew the budget. Out to Carson.
You just mentioned his name. We blew our own budget.
Yeah. Now we owe him royalties.
You can bleep me out in post, but what do you mean we're live?
We've been alive. Well, we're live.
Oh, no.
But yeah, guys, this is a great cast of characters. I mean, like there were some weird little moments though within the show. I mean, the whole Makoto. I get the whole protectiveness of his little sister, but the kind of that dream sequence episode was kind of weird.
This writer has problems, and I choose to ignore them.
I mean,
yeah, he's got a weird
to do that.
Like this writer has one specific problem, and I'm just going to pretend that he doesn't.
Right.
Our show, yes, Gary. Our show has a budget, which is why we don't get paid.
It's one host drop penny.
Yeah, I brought the money when I fired you.
Tori, I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm bitter about a lot of things in Zio, but
yeah, we passed.
There's a reason why neither Sono and I were here for the Geo episode, and that's because we would have had to blow all of our budget on censoring me.
Therapy.
Yeah.
No, we would have had to put in like live bleeping of my dialogue if I was on that episode.
Geo is. Oof.
I cannot make it through talking about Geo without at least 3 F-bombs.
What about another Ghost? Did you like that at least?
The Ghost arc was honestly good and cute.
It was fine.
And then and like that was before Tsukasa Decade got super overbearing.
Yeah, he did take over the whole thing, but he had to because we had nothing to work with. So
every plot that Geo tried to do that wasn't Decade sucked, and then they just did Decade, and we're just like, I mean, this will at least give us new toys, so we're just gonna do that until the end of the show.
Right.
I'm mad about Kiba forever.
Oh but God! Wade,
don't. Wade, Hibiki, and Deno were the best arcs of Zio.
There's a reason why neither Sono and I were here for the Geo episode, and that's because we would have had to blow all of our budget on censoring me.
Tori, I feel that. I'm mad about Kiba forever. Wade, Hibiki, and Deno were the best arcs of Zio.
Always Blade. Blade
I was
follows me
glad
everywhere.
though that we at least got.
I will add Kabuto to that list.
That was good. It was a good one.
Yes, look, we are off topic all the time. We're talking about the crossovers now.
This is how it happens. This is how it happens. It's organic. Let it grow.
Ghost, baby.
Like, yeah,
my children.
I mean, I like the fact that we got Takeru and Makoto in Geo though was great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
my little plug-in for Geo. The fact that we got Eiji and Hina, and then Eiji had kind of like a little marker for Ankh was good.
Yeah, that was sweet.
I mentioned in our episode that I like the fact that
you come to me about that Kiva episode. I've got thoughts. I'm mad forever. Primarily, look, I'm not going to keep us off topic for long, but they had, by virtue of them doing the Grease movie, they had both Otoya and Masao on the Toei set and chose not to do anything with that.
Yeah.
They actively chose not to and instead do something completely unrelated to Kiva. The only even vague reference to Kiva was the fact that Jiro existed, but also was wrong about how Kiva works because he's not tied to Kiva, he's tied to Wataru. He has nothing to do with the Kiva suit. He only helps because they made a deal with Otoya. Good, DM me. Hit me up. I will rant for days. We're here to talk about Ghost, and I love Ghost. They are cowards and didn't let Kenzaki and Hajime hug. Toei is coward.
But yeah,
anyway, I'm here to talk about Ghost because I love.
I mean, like if we're still talking kind of the crossover, like the Saber crossover with Ghost, and giving Canon her own Spectre form was awesome.
Yeah, I do appreciate that after she was so great in Kira Major, they're like, oh no, we can't sideline her anymore. The children now expect her to be cool. I am Mama Fries Meal on Twitter.
I just added in the chat.
It's in the description.
It's also in the description.
I do love that they were like, oh no, the children now know that she's cool. We need to actually let her do anything.
I mean,
which is great. I'm so glad for her. She deserves it. She was incredible in Ghost. She was incredible in Kira Major. She was incredible in the Ghost Saber specials.
I am still mad about those, though, because... So, everybody here has seen the two that we've gotten for the Ghost Saber specials. The Ghost Saber and Spectre Blades.
Yep.
Yeah.
They hired a big-time, famous Japanese wrestler to be the main bad guy, and all he did was lick his lips for half a second, and we never got a part 3. I am big mad.
I am very surprised that they did not do an Espada Necron.
Yes.
Oh wow, that would have been great.
This wrestler
set up for a third part.
This wrestler's whole character is that he has a plush cat that he brings to the ring with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I can direct your attention over Sono's left shoulder. Plush cat.
This way.
Yeah, stage left, sorry.
Yeah, no, my webcam has reversed my image, so I have no idea. I barely know my left from right as it is, so yeah.
We have a cat. We have a wrestler with a cat. What the hell?
Good connection.
Yeah, I was very surprised that they did, especially because of the way that Blade's Spectre ended. It really felt like they left themselves open to do a third part, and they did not.
No, and I'm mad.
They even made merch for the.
Because I'm still not sure what to call him. Is it Makoto? Is it Leon? Is it Leon Scott Kennedy? Is it Makoto Nagano?
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm still calling him Makoto because that seems to,
Akuna
be
Makoto.
the name he's chosen for himself, more or less.
I don't know anymore.
I also have complicated feelings about that movie. I like it. I think it's a good movie. I'm not sure it's a good Kamen Rider Ghost movie. It feels a little... I am convinced that is what the end of the show was actually supposed to be. That the Spectre movie is what the original endgame was, and that Elaine just sold so well that they pivoted. Because it makes the whole Dark Makoto thing makes sense, where in the context of the show, that has they don't resolve it. It makes no sense. So I'm pretty sure that initially that was the plan, was the whole clones thing, and that they just pivoted because his stuff sold better because he had a separate belt. Yeah. And also Elaine is great. I do truly love him, and I love the story arc that he had. He is hot. He's very good.
We'll give it to him. He's there. What's up, bro? You pull it off.
I mean, he can't dress himself. He's willing to go out in public looking like that.
Look, that is Cannon's
I'm convinced
revenge.
was a prank on Cannon's part for messing with her brother for so long that she told him that looked good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't, like, here in the cast pick, we don't have, Alan's siblings like Arya or Adele. Hello. But
the alsos.
Or my other favorite character.
I'll
get there.
I mean,
I'll get there.
If you look at my avatar and you look on the right and you thank Reggie profusely on the bottom right.
Let me stop the share real quick so we can actually pull that up. Or let's see.
There she is. There's my girl.
Sorry.
Oh, where's
one?
Speaker focus? Where's the speaker focus at?
I'm going to keep talking until this figures out and just goes right to me. Nope. Reggie, shut up and stop talking.
Okay, yeah, it's really hard to. Which button here is speaker focus anyway?
Not that one.
No. We'll figure that out later. But yeah, I made a custom from the Ghost Change figure line of Pink Necrom.
Nice.
Yep, Dark Necrom Pink. Yep. And then on the right is also the Zero Spectre that he made me.
Nice. Nice.
Luckily enough, Dresden did have enough materials for me to just chop up and put things together and paint. So, but yeah.
Those are so dope, man.
So wait, something that never says to me. I know is Gamma, or is he a human or a ghost?
I can answer this. I think way too much about Ganma lore. He is human. He is human. All of the Ganma are humans who have had their souls removed from their body. So as we see him walking around, he and Takeru are essentially the same.
Okay.
Well, Takeru is kind of a weird thing, but he is a physical manifestation of his own soul walking around, and his body is in a box.
Except at the point of this photo, though, he is human.
Yes, he has gotten out of the box by that point.
He's out of the box already. Okay.
Now, I can't recall. Were they in the box by choice, or was that?
They were in the box by choice because the atmosphere was going to kill them.
Okay, so essentially, he's Takeru by choice.
Yeah,
he's Takeru
technically mandated choice.
That's somehow worse. Poor guy.
It's just his. I think the older brother dies first, and then their mom.
Their mom dies first because the mom dies like when Alan is an infant, and then Argos at least grows up enough to be the Argos we see in the movie before he dies.
Okay. Yes.
Wow. So their mom dies. Does not make any sense.
Their mom dies, then their oldest brother dies, and their father, in complete grief, is like, "We can't live here." So he goes to his friend and is like, "Hey, help me figure out how to remove all of our souls so that the hostile environment we live in, which is worse than the other one that we prayed to escape, somehow doesn't kill us." Fran didn't make the best choice on that one.
Instead of creating a method to escape that environment, hey, let's just remove our souls from our body. That's a better idea.
Look,
they had already
supposed to be
it's
here.
An idea.
They had already escaped a drought and famine by praying to the Great Eye, who then brought them to this other area. Except it wasn't what they wanted. Adele is like that because he is sad. He is sad. That is why he's like that.
Yeah.
That's the answer. He's sad. He's sad. He needed his parent to help him grieve. and his grieving parent was incapable of doing that because he was unable to handle his own grief.
So he killed him for it.
Yeah, because he
I'm super sad,
never
and
quite
you're gonna die too.
he never quite was able to work it out.
Yeah, to say the least.
Ghost
Yes.
is a story about handling grief well and handling grief poorly, and that is how we end up with the two sides of this story.
The unfortunate thing is he pulled a Kylo Ren.
I mean, it's sad. It's tragic.
Yeah.
It is wild, but I mean, that is what happens when you leave that completely unchecked. He was a child whose one parent died, his other parent completely emotionally detached from his children, and the only adult in his life was Arya, who was so busy trying to hold everything together that she couldn't keep up with the needs of her siblings. And then she had to raise two other kids. Yeah. And that was the only method of coping that she had, was taking care of them.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I would say that's why I like Alan the most, because his connections to the entirety of the story is deeper than Takeru. But not to take anything away from Takeru, I just always appreciated that Alan's evolution as a character was more apparent and more
fleshed out,
earned. Yeah, more earned, because it wasn't just his reactions to everything. He also made the effort to be different, to want to be human, and to explore that curiosity. So yeah, I that's why even though aesthetically I love the Ghost design, because I'm really not too keen of Necrom's design comparative, just because when I have a nephew who was like kind of into Ben 10 for a time, and I got really over Ben 10. So when I saw Necrom, I was like, no, I'm okay. He's great, but nah.
And Elena is interesting in that way because of the high Gamma family. He was an infant when this happened, so he never really dealt with the grief. He just kind of grew up in what they created and was just like, no, this is how things are. This is how you be. And when he was presented with, that's bad, actually, he was like, oh, gonna reevaluate, gonna try and figure this out. Oh, wow, being a person is kind of great. Feeling things? Dang, this is nice.
Yeah.
Like, this show peaked at the sad takoyaki fight.
Oh, takoyaki. Those feels. Come on.
That's a really interesting, the concept of eating in Ghost and eating as a sign of humanity, which honestly is a thing that spans Rider and Sentai in general. And Ultra. Yeah. But the way they emphasized it in Ghost.
I was gonna say we just started Ginga S. We know about eating in Ultra.
Yeah, but just the way that it's emphasized in Ghost, that Elaine just doesn't even have a concept of food, and the way that is him learning to enjoy food, and Takeru as he becomes alive again, like him missing food and wanting to get back to eating, and Elaine kind of being this focus of the Ganma themselves don't know food, and how they expand on that in kind of the post-canon exploration of Ganma society, I always found really, really interesting. And again, food as Onari offering food to Javert, and we will get to that in time.
That was such a good scene.
Because
my God, this scene was good.
I expected that to go nowhere. I expected that to be one and done. And the fact that they kept that rolling through the end of the show is incredible. But I really loved the exploration of food as an anchor for humanity and for being a person in Ghost.
I like that.
Yeah. So, well, we kind of went over like pretty much the main cast. Well, you know, minus you mentioned Javert. I don't think we mentioned like Igor was also one of the villains, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
been a while.
Igor.
Akari is like
love
scientist.
Akari just beating that dude up for being gross at her. Not like the implication by the end of the movies that they are a thing. Not into that.
Okay, look. The worst thing that Ghost ever did is that every Ghost ship that's canon sucks.
Yeah, they're all bad.
Like,
Yeah.
like
They're all bad.
Can I just go through who the actors
Please.
ship with their characters?
Please, because I don't think I know. all
Let's
of
get
them.
back to the guess.
Oh boy. Oh
So-
boy.
Yeah, so we've got Akari and Igor.
That's still weird. Okay.
F that.
Weird.
Expletive that. I'm going right. I'm going left to right here. So, Kamen and Alan.
Really?
That is canon with a C, and that is her adoptive uncle.
That's not
Ew.
okay.
Now,
That's not okay.
my problem with a lot of Elaine ships, the only one that I don't really have a problem with is I don't know if people ship Elaine and Akari, but that would be fine. Elaine and Takeru, I'm fine with. Makoto and Kanon are the two big ones, and it is uncomfortable for me because he knew them both when they were very young children, and he was an adult.
That's
Yes.
weird. That's
And that
too
is
weird.
my line. Like, Elaine only knew Takeru and Akari, Onari. I don't know who else people ship him with. I have no idea.
Takoyaki lady. He should have ended up with the takoyaki lady.
Yeah, that one is good. He knew, even if he is several hundred years old, they are adults. He has only known them as adults. So it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But Makoto was like...
150, and Kanon is 14.
Well, but no, that's not even... I mean, that is a problem.
Also
but
that. Yes.
that is a
Explain
problem,
as to why
but
this
where
is
I'm
bad.
going with this, the actual problem is when Elaine has known Makoto as like an 8-year-old and Kanon as a 4-year-old.
It's
He
getting
knew
weirder.
them as very,
It's
very
getting
small
weirder.
children. And that is so uncomfortable for me. Again, I don't...
It's worse.
If people want to ship Elaine and Makoto, I'm not going to tell them not to. Y'all do you. But, like, that is my line. That's my line, and I won't cross it.
Drez, does it
It's
get
worse.
worse? Oh,
Yes.
Oh, it does.
Because
It does.
Makoto's actor never can talk about a ship in public ever again. He has lost the privileges because he ships Makoto with Arya,
what?
his mom.
Yeah. His mom, lady who raised him from like an 8-year-old.
No.
I think they
No.
were 10, but no, that is worse.
No.
That is bad. That is gross. That is no.
That they Oedipused him. They really Oedipused him. Oh my
The
god.
actor Oedipused himself.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
thing with like the Kanon and Makoto ones, they're not totally canon. It's just where the actors were into it.
No,
Like,
that's
it's
why
where
we
the
haven't finished
kind of-
the Allen special. It's canon.
Okay, well, again,
That's
no
why
problem.
we never finished the Legend of Hero Allen, is because I saw that and I'm just like, I'm not sitting through this.
Okay, yeah, but the Makoto and Arya thing isn't even really implied in... Well, it's like vaguely implied, but it's not a canon thing, but
No,
That was a
that is
that's
how
just
he...
the actor. Yes.
That is how he played to it.
And then
not
Takeru is the least bad of all of them, at least. Because Takeru should have just married God. That is where the show wanted him to go. Takeru
Yeah,
and
that's where
Freya, that's where this belongs.
That's where the ending put it.
He's just a being. He's just an asexual being. That's it.
And then the Spectre movie happened, and then the novel happened, and now he's married to Chloe.
Which is weird.
Chloe.
I don't... That one doesn't bother me so much.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me as much as those, because like all of the above was just morally wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one just
Yeah,
feels
on
weird
many,
because
many levels.
She really
Howard.
didn't have a character in the movie. She just kind of existed to fight.
She existed so that Takeru doesn't bang God.
Which is weird because the last episode where his kid shows up definitely implies that he's the kid of Takeru and the Great Eye.
Right.
Yes, because Ayumu is damn adorable. I'm trying not to say the F word.
You're a strange.
Yes, and like, oh god,
Okay,
I'm
no,
not,
Tori,
I am not going to talk
two
about the
ghost
final
actors
stage.
have rights.
Yeah, I am not going to
Only
talk
two.
about the final
I'm still
stage
trying
show.
to absorb this.
But we need to, Sono, we need to watch the final stage show. I'm not going to say anything about that on this show, but oh god, we need to watch that.
Tori, two ghost actors have rights with regards to their ships, and that's the actors for Onari and Javert, because they were very into it.
Yes. David Nagi and I forget Javert's name. They're both into it. They're good. They're fine.
Yeah.
It's gay. We're fine.
We're fine. It's fine.
I can't remember his actor's name offhand.
Sotaro
Yasuda, yes.
Sotaro Yasuda. Yes.
Yanagi and Yasuda were very, very into it. They made a lot of jokes about going out on dates during filming.
Really?
Which I think were jokes. I don't think they were actually dating at all. They were just making jokes about, and they very much leaned into Onari and Javert as a thing.
Yes.
And so did I.
That's fun.
I mean,
That's fun.
considering where Onari's actor is these days, like I'm wondering if this show awoken something in him.
I wouldn't be. He is actually a model in New York right now. He has come out as non-binary. He does still go by he, him.
Oh, really?
He does still go by he, him. I asked him myself in an Instagram live. So I am a first-hand source for that. But he has come out as non-binary. He is living in New York City, modeling. He's living his best life out there, and I'm very, very proud of him.
Yeah, that's good.
He was a fun character in the show. He was very fun to just appreciate his performance. All of it was enjoyable because enthusiasm in every. No matter what he was doing, he went 100% with it, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It didn't matter how ridiculous it was, especially when he was Goemon for like what an episode. It was like one episode.
Oh, you're bringing up Goemon. You're not bringing up the afro.
Oh,
that was funny.
God,
I'm
sorry.
Did Nagi commit?
How could I forget the afro?
Also, I think you're frozen.
He does.
He had a little
He's loading.
Onari is my favorite character in Ghost. He is the most dear to my heart. I love a lot of the story that is told with him almost entirely through implications. Because he was maybe in his early 20s when...
I think he was supposed to be 28 currently.
Yeah,
so he was 20 when Takeru was born, meaning he was like, or not 20, like
he was younger. He was very young when Takeru's father died, and he had to take over raising him.
He was 20 when he had to be Takeru's surrogate dad full time. That's where my brain was going. There we go.
Yeah,
Math caught up eventually.
So he was very young when he had to take over raising this kid for his mentor, who is implied took him in from some very difficult circumstances. Like it's implied that he was kind of having a rough time with himself, and I'm not unconvinced it was,
Onari
him
was
maybe
in a street gang. I'm calling it. I'm just flat out saying it.
Oh, I'm very convinced he was in a street gang, but I'm also very convinced that he was kind of thrown out of his family for not being straight, and that he was, that he kind of fell into some rough stuff and then met Takeru's dad, who took him in, and he really admired this guy and kind of changed his direction in life. And that's part of why he wants to help Javert, who's in this rough position, has been cast out of his society that was treating him poorly and doing these terrible things, and is like, hey, I am reaching out to you. I'm going to offer you this chance. What you decide to do with it is up to you. And I really loved that story that they told with him. again, almost entirely through actions and implications rather than outright explaining anything.
Jataka, what do you mean by discourse?
Yes, all of the canon ships and the implied ships all suck. Except for
Except
Onar
ours.
Javert. Like, anything that the actor's ship sucks.
That is truly the only discourse that we've gotten into.
Wait, scratch that. I believe Takaru does also ship, Takaru's actor, I think, does ship Takaru Freya. So he has rights. It's just that the writer kind of stepped on that massively.
Okay.
Also, yeah, Onar was in like a street gang / like punk rock band.
Gary.
Yes, do it. Go for it. I don't know if the ghost belt is sentient, actually.
Newton and Himiko are married, and Tutankhamun is their son.
They may have briefly been separated, but I think they are back together by the end of the
Yes,
show.
they were possibly divorced, but they are married again because we had a whole episode about them getting back together.
It was very cute.
But speaking of the luminary heroes, obviously these are the forms. I couldn't find a picture of just them, with their own base suits, and we lost Rob. Where'd Rob go?
I don't know. He disappeared.
Darn it. Well, I guess we'll wait until his 18th birthday, and then he'll come back. But
You have a child?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's not that young, but this is just a joke on the whole.
I assume everyone is younger than me at this point. I am ancient.
You are not.
I am.
Look, just because I called Sid old once, I thought that he was a decade and change older than he actually is. That does not mean you are ancient. That means that Sid aged like he got hit by a semi-truck.
I mean, look, I will talk about how bad Boost Goemon is as a form until he gets back.
Okay,
God,
yeah.
please,
So
please.
we'll go in the order of my hair. We'll go in
Numerical
the order
order.
of the numerical order. So obviously,
I have
well,
a ninja.
oh here.
I don't know what that
There he is.
means.
So let's see if he'll join back in. Me too. Don't worry, Sono. Yes. Do you have a ninja electric guitar, Sono? You aren't ancient. You are cool.
I mean, I can be both. Trust me. I don't know what you mean by electric guitar ninja, though.
I think that's a ninja thing, which we're not talking the ninja.
Okay, I didn't watch Ninja Storm, and I only watched 8 episodes of Ninja because I got
It's
mad
fail, but yes.
at the community.
Gary, get your shows right, Gary.
Oh wait, Ninja Storm. That's Hurricaneger. Okay, sorry, I don't know. I do not know. I don't know my power.
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
Went to the shadow room.
You're
Checking
fine.
in with Bakura and all.
Yes,
We can hear you, Rob.
Okay, I haven't seen Hurricaneger yet, and I don't know my Power Rangers.
Yeah, we're like I think Gary's just confused.
yes.
Which
Okay.
ninja? But yeah, we're going to be talking about the form. So obviously,
Well, no, it's me being confused because there are 2 electric ninja guitars.
Well, we already talked about just aura damage. So we'll be going in the orders of like talking about Tucker's various forms, and then obviously bleeding into the other forms. So Musashi, the very first, the first icon, the red,
Love
with
it.
the
Classic.
love it,
Yeah.
classic mode. I love the fact
Yeah.
that a lot of these hoodies, like their arms like just form in different ways. Like I mean, with Ghost, you can probably see on mine, the arm this is like this little flap and it just folds up into here. Then like with Musashi with the sword arms, just like being draped on the back, and then I like the little sword handle as his like ponytail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
that's
not-
very cute.
Yes, the hilt top knot, as played by
Yeah.
flipping Kento's dad from Saber.
Honestly,
They can only make him an
need
elegant swordman.
Yeah, we need
Grew
a
a
dead
beard.
sword man. What's this guy doing?
He
So
grew
I,
a beard once, and this is who he is now.
is there anybody or is there any episode where somebody just grabs that that hilt and just like spins stockings around?
No, sadly.
Darn, that would have been funny.
Unfortunately not.
Well, of course, like Musashi, the classic mode. You gotta love this guy. Especially like just because of the fact that the dual, like he turns the Gungan saber into dual wielding swords, and like that's one of the things that I like about Musashi. Like I'm a sword guy, so Musashi definitely was like one of my favorite forms for it. But All right, our next one is the guy who a lot of people can kind of agree nowadays shouldn't actually be a hero. But
Well,
he just has to keep going. I am Edison. I am Edison.
Edison.
I am Edison.
The man who should have been Tesla.
Yeah.
And
But you go to Fate Go for that. You go to Fate Go for the Edison Tesla discourse.
I mean, I have it, so
There was Edison Tesla discourse
also
immediately in the show.
Yeah, I mean, like the guy he fought against literally was based off of Tesla.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But if you want the pro-Tesla Edison Tesla discourse, you go to Fate Go.
But
that is the only pro Tesla we are in this chat is Nicola. Thank you very much.
That's true. I also enjoyed that.
The other Tesla, no.
I also enjoyed that about the helmet design. I thought it was very, very clever how they still evoked kind of the classic rider face with where the eyes go, while also still incorporating like the light bulb design and the bow and arrow. I thought all of it, the way they did all of it, was very, very clever, all the way down.
I love the dumb apple on Newton, which I know we're skipping Robin Hood, but yeah, I love the dumb apple.
Yeah. Well, so on Robin Hood, yep, very fancy. I mean, like I like the fact that the fact that they were trying to go with like these, these historical figures, and then you have Robin Hood.
Robin Hood wasn't real.
Well, yeah, I mean the fictional character, but I guess the episode was good enough that I forgave it.
Yeah,
I've always kind of leaned into Ghost's heroic spirits kind of the same way that I lean into Fate's, where it's less about the person themselves than the impact that they left, which kind of allows fictional people to be these great heroes because of the impact that they've left on society.
Yeah, it's the personification of the concept of a legacy.
Yeah.
Is what Ghost is all about.
Yeah, so Robin Hood, like we talked about him earlier, like also like one of the best suits, in my opinion. Like I love the little feather at the top of his head.
Yeah.
And the bow and arrow design for his eyes, like it's clean. It's just like a very clean suit. And like I think the one thing that like I kind of was weirded out about was how his weapon, like the
why does one of the best suits have the worst weapon?
I do like that it's the really old style phone though.
Yeah,
that is amazing, especially when like Tucker just like has it in his pocket and just like takes it out like a cell phone and holds it up to talk to people. I'm just like,
it's funny every time.
Like first, Takaru, how do you know how to use a rotary phone?
You could probably.
They have a lot of old stuff in that house. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to use a rotary phone.
I do. I had a rotary phone when I was young.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember those.
That's how old I am.
Me too.
I am only 4 years younger than you.
Oh god.
I am thoroughly confused about the ages of my castmates here, but we're gonna go ahead and move on.
About 85.
I am an eternal being from the center of the earth. We all know this.
Only at 1 p.m. on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Have you guys ever heard of the Big Bang? Yeah, I kind of caused that.
Yeah, I was there for that.
Yeah, I was there. Front row seats. It was dope.
No?
Yeah.
What, you weren't?
The dropping apple, the big gold graviton fists.
Oh god, I love the dumb punchy fists.
I just didn't like that there wasn't much to it. Like it just appeared. Like it was Yurizen was just like, hey, here. I wish there was a little bit more to it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Onari probably taught Takaru.
That's fair, yeah. Like Onari has like big boomer dad energy before Facebook ruined him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Newton though, I like the fact it's a puffer jacket.
Yes, that is good.
Yeah.
I do like the puff parka.
I would think that like a puff parka would be dealing with like if there was a legendary hero that dealt with like more of like ice or something like that, that would be more fitting. I mean Newton was in Europe, but I don't think that it was. Well, yeah, I don't know when the apple fell, but if the apple fell during winter, then that would make sense.
It is one of his
I think it's more of the aesthetic of it kind of matching a spacesuit, since he was the one where Takaru could do the space thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I think it was more to like hit on that design.
Yeah, that's the one where Takaru's just like, oh right, I don't need to breathe because I'm already dead.
Yeah,
which was a great joke. That was a really good joke.
All right. Well, actually, this is out of order, I think. Or isn't it? Because isn't
Billy
isn't
the
it-
Kid was next.
No, they
right?
they debuted in the show out of order.
Oh, okay.
I think that is right. Though here, I have spreadsheets.
Bring out the
Charts.
spreadsheets, Dresden. We need to figure out which one was icon number 5 because I'm pretty sure it was Billy the Kid.
I think I have both of them. I could go check.
Yeah, so no, just click them and.
Yeah, let me just grab them.
6 is Beethoven, so yeah.
Okay, 6 is Beethoven. So yeah, Billy the Kid. Mr. Western with
Yes,
the little
5 is Billy the
cowhide,
Kid. Yep.
with the little cowhide shoulders and the little tassels that you can't really see. The
That was
bullets around.
that was very cute. I like that design a lot.
The fact that his little individual weapon was the bat clock turned to a gun. They can combine it for a bigger gun, and then giving the notorious Billy the Kid a bigger gun is probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
But luckily in this show he's a good guy.
Yes, and then so something that we haven't been really discussing here is that every 15 hero Ganma or 15 hero icon possessed one of the main cast at some point, and
Yes.
Billy the Kid was canon.
Which was very funny.
Oh wow.
Billy
Yeah.
the Kid was canon and gave canon a cannon.
No, he gave her 2 little water pistols.
It was funny.
The Kid of the
Look, the thing about this writer, he is very funny. His
He likes to have
jokes,
fun, and it's
his
and it's
jokes
just
are
fun.
good.
At a
The
point,
jokes in Ghost, the jokes in Saber, his comedic timing is very, very his comedy and the way he gets the actors to play it. He gets actors with good comedic timing. It's all the jokes are good. It's funny every time.
Canon is Billy the Kid. Oh my god.
That was a great episode.
And then
and hi, little kitten.
okay, and number 6, this is my favorite jingle, honestly, of the show.
Yeah.
Beethoven. Kukume, ume, chon 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 chon.
Okay, yeah,
The
bro.
fact that he has the piano jacket. I honestly,
Yeah.
if I could get another Ghost Parka, I would honestly get Beethoven just because of the piano. I
Beethoven's
would
a really good one.
I would find a way to modify the keys to actually be playable. That's
Yeah, you
Oh,
have
that would be
to.
fun.
I think that's the only way to rock that. You would need functioning keys, bro.
I do
There is
really
no
love that
option.
in the 199 Icons movie when we saw human forms for all of them. For Beethoven, they put him in with a couple of other, I think it was Mozart, Bach, and had them played by Kishidan. And had them come in and play the opening.
nice.
I thought that was really clever. I thought that was really, really funny.
They did it for the climber. That was great. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
really good.
P Bandai missed a big opportunity by not doing Ghost
Man.
Cities. This was
Yeah.
from Just Epic Stuff on Facebook. Shout out to them. They made this. They did make Spectre, and I think they also made Necron, but I don't think they made any of the heroes hoodies.
Yeah,
if they did, I would have.
I
had
do
all of them
think
in my closet.
He
Yeah,
Bandai
yeah.
did an Oridamashi hoodie, but I don't think they did any of the other forms.
Yeah.
Yeah, and back to, all of the main cast being possessed by the icons, you would have thought that Akari would have been Edison, but nope. Beethoven.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity there.
Yeah. All right, and then obviously
Was it though? Because we got Beethoven and that was amazing.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
P Bandai needs to make clothes. It doesn't cost $1 million.
Also true.
Yeah,
Oh.
true. Fair.
I really want those old shoes, but man, I'm not gonna drop $300 on the sneakers.
Bro, no.
I might as well just learn how to make my own shoes and just make them myself.
You think
Yeah.
you were just again?
But
Just go
yeah.
hunt your own hide. Start from scratch.
start from scratch. I mean, all right, we got a big Warhammer guy over here, Benkei.
The Benkei legend, yes, I like that story a lot when it came to the historical thing. So they did pretty well by making him like uber powerful. It was dope that he did go against the Guan Yu spirit or Ganma, excuse me. I did enjoy that a lot because just because as it was happening, I kept thinking about who these really were. So I kept seeing like the Dynasty Guan Yu going up against that Samurai Warriors Benkei. Like I was like, it's cool. Yeah, just more of this.
I do think there was a missed opportunity in the fact that they have both Nobunaga and Goemon and never did anything with that. Just because the joke I made back when my podcast was covering Ghost as it was airing, because as they introduced heroic spirits, we did kind of a little segment on them. And my summary of Nobunaga was, loves guns, hates Buddhism. So the fact that they never really did anything with Nobunaga and Goemon, who was part of the very kind of specific kind of warrior Buddhism that Nobunaga specifically tried to wipe out. Mm-hmm. The fact that they never did anything with that, I thought was a missed opportunity. Just, have the two of them kind of clash a little, especially since one of them was with Takeru and one of them was with Makoto.
I think you mean Benkei, by the way.
Yeah, I was like confused. Like Goemon was the thief, Benkei was the warrior Buddhist.
Okay, yes.
Nobunaga and Benkei.
I have done that. I have mixed that up every time.
It's because you really want to talk about how much we all collectively.
Yes, the hate for Goemon flows through you.
That suit.
Like honestly, though, the Boost related icon group, they look so much better on the original Oridamashi, and the fact that he actually got to use Himiko with Oridamashi body, like, why did they need to go? I mean, I get it.
The
toys,
reason is that Oridamashi is a black suit and Boost is a red suit. And you can make pretty much any color look good on black. Bright mid-tone red is a very, very limited thing you can make other stuff look good on. And highlighter neon yellow green is not one of those colors.
It's so stark.
We also forgot two of my favorite characters already from the main cast because there are so many people there. We forgot Onpu and QB.
Oh, my boys.
Oh, yeah.
My boys.
Like,
my children.
Real quick. Onpu is I believe he's a Mozart-themed Ganma.
Yes.
That, like, he showed up originally during, like, the Beethoven episode and, like, got punched in the face by Beethoven and wandered off for a little bit, came back, and then he's just like, nah, I'm cool. Like, humans are good, music is good, bye. And then QB is I believe he's the Gazai Gamba, which is Picasso themed.
Yes, he is definitely Picasso themed.
Yes, he is Picasso themed. I believe his name is Gazai, which is like art supplies or something like that. He literally just shows up and like he's supposed to be like doing some evil plan, but then he's just like, I just want to draw circles.
Good boy.
And
you leave him to draw his circles and you leave him be.
Yes, and he just moves in with the main cast, and then he and Onpu go off to be boyfriends together, and it's fucking... Sorry, it's precious. I let one slip out. That's fine. We can still be PG-13.
That was your one.
We can be PG-13 now, okay? I'm sorry.
Mugen has spoken.
They were very, very cute. I like that they did get to kind of go off and have a happy ending, and that, when Canon drew the family, she included QB. I like that QB did get a little figure in a gachapon set. There's a weird gachapon set that's like, it's QB, Yurusen, and 2 Onaris. I have it. I own it.
Why not?
But I like that they were kind of popular enough that they gave them some merch.
Yeah. like that's really says a testament to like how their characters were really well received by the fans. I mean,
Yeah, and like nothing bad happened to them at the end. Like they are still at the temple living their lives, except now they look like humans.
They're just chilling.
Yeah, they are good, and nothing bad happened. I wish I could say that on some other shows. Don't bring me back for Drive. I swear to God, we will need an explicit rating for Drive when we get to how that endgame treated some characters.
That's going to be exciting.
so
That will have to film after dark.
Yeah, back to the clashing color scheme, like Joe talked about, of Goemon. Yeah,
oh God, Goemon.
I mean, I like the little hat. I like the little hat, but it honestly should have just stayed as an Oridamashi based body. It's
like why did they use like the black and white and then the all white and like even like Edison's like yellow and silver color scheme? All of that would have been better if they
honestly,
left those three colors to the Boost people and then just like inverted them a little bit.
Honestly, just trade Goemon and Benkei and it would be fine.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
The other two aren't great, but they're fine. Like I don't hate them. Himiko's fine actually. The pink is the pink with the red is fine. Again, not amazing, but it's fine. It's fine.
One of them. Like I think that honestly, in my opinion, the only one that really works for Boost is Yoma.
Yeah,
like. Himiko, I think it's just because the pink on red. Like this is just me though. I don't like the pink on red. I really liked it better when I saw like the fact that Takeru even could use it with just the Oridamashi. I was like, so what was the point of this?
Right.
He used all of them with the Oridamashi in one scene. Like that was a great episode.
Yeah.
Like he cycled through all like 10 of his like normal spirits. And just like was really, really, really intent on punching Gyro in the face a lot.
Poor Gyro.
Never understood.
Okay, I can answer this also. Boost is Takeru's dad being a heroic spirit.
Yes,
is what it is.
Yeah.
It's
and like
one of the few good dads in Kamen Rider.
Yeah, like grain of salt with how accurate this is, but apparently the novel has like Tenkuji Ryu being like a prototype ghost.
Okay.
Interesting.
Because like which makes sense because he was like testing out the equipment with the dude with the creepy teeth and with spoilers to come later, I'm assuming.
Dude with the creepy teeth.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. I've called him creepy teeth for the entire time of the show.
The scientist guy.
Yes.
The old man that traveled around with Alan.
Yeah.
The man that needs a dentist.
That they really never went anywhere with that either. But yeah, Boost is Takeru's dad functioning as a heroic spirit, which I did like as a plot point. I was iffy on the resetting the 99 days, but I liked the idea of his father feeling like he failed him and that he died and Takeru had to kind of raise himself and be raised by someone who wasn't ready to raise a child and just being like, this is the one thing that I can do for you. This is the way that I can protect you. Here, please, I will give my soul to you as a means of you getting to live on.
Yeah.
And then the end game happened and we find out that was kind of entirely pointless.
Yeah, but I liked it as a plot point. I liked the justification.
Yeah.
Like I said,
for the upgrade.
One of the good dads in Kamen Rider.
Yes, but like spoilers for the Ghost endgame, Takeru never had 99 days. Sage was kind of lying to like light a fire under this poor child, and then when his dad like thought the time was running out, he literally reduced Takeru from infinity to 99 days because he made the mistake of trusting this idiot.
Oh my god.
Don't trust this crazy old man is the moral of Ghost.
But I appreciated it as a story point.
It was a good story point.
Sage was a fun character too.
Yeah.
But
and that's also why like in the Ghost Drive movie, that suit shows up with that exact icon and everything, but instead of Toko and Boost, it's called Tosan Damashi.
Which is adorable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tosan Damashi.
It's
That's
dad. It's
cute.
dad form.
Yeah,
It's
it's
dad
Dad
form.
Soul.
Yeah, that's cute. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So if
It's very cute.
Takeru dies, would he give his son his icon, and then it'd be Tosan Damashi at that point, or
Tosan.
It would be Jisan. Jisan
Oh,
Damashi.
Jisan
Jisan
Damashi.
Damashi?
The helmet just comes with the beard immediately.
But yeah, Boost's weapon, the sunglass slasher, is definitely one of
I love it.
one of the best weapons. And then we got the Deep Spectre version, and then for some reason Kamen Rider Brain had one.
Look,
Yeah.
Kamen Rider Brain is also great.
Yeah.
That boy deserved better. I will protect him with my life.
that could be added into the drive episodes talking about Kamen Rider Brain, because that was just
like
something that came out of nowhere, but it was just a good.
Well, he was
Yeah.
supposed to in the show, and
Yeah.
sales.
Yeah. Put me up. We need to tape the Brain episode at like 10 p.m.
Sales.
Yes, Sunny.
because
yeah.
I will be able to. I cannot properly explain why Brain took several years later to happen without cursing more than I can in this time slot.
I'm glad that we all love and respect
Made
Brain because he
weapon
Yeah,
deserved
even
better.
Brain is good.
Repurpose that weapon even better.
My
yeah,
sweet
and
baby
Brain-
boy. They got me on Medic in the end. Didn't like her for a vast majority of the show, but they got me on her in the end.
So,
I still
Still
have
not a
problems
fan of
with
her.
Medic, but I will respect that.
are we gonna get a medic special at some point then, or
Probably
At this
not
point?
because they will never respect any of the ladies.
Also, like, isn't Fumika Baba like popular and expensive?
I don't know. She is popular, but they could. I don't know how busy her schedule is because it's usually not a matter of cost; it's a matter of schedule.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the reason that they can't get Masaki Suda back is because he is booked out years in advance. He has got so many projects on his plate.
Yeah, like they tried to get Masaki Sudo back for Geo, and during Geo, he was booked out to 2022.
Oh my god. Wow.
He is a huge name. Takeru Sato's agency wouldn't let him come back because they were doing so many Den-O properties that they didn't want him typecast for the rest of his life. They didn't want him being Den-O forever because he was so incredibly talented.
Got it.
Where now he has kind of established himself so well that he's been able to come back a couple times. They could have gotten Ren. He would do it. That boy loves Kamen Rider. He would have come back. Make me another Skull movie, Toei. Cowards.
Right.
But yeah, back to the forums. So we talk about Boost. Here we'll go back to the end game forums here. We'll go back to that after we go.
I think let's go through the main ones, and then let's talk about Deep and Grateful and Mugen and the
So
extras.
number 11, Tont Kamen, another sleeveless form. I think the fact that it's like number 11 and you got
we're skipping past the elephant in the room with Goemon.
We
We
talked
talked
about
about how it's ugly.
No, I'm talking about how Onari basically lied to Takeru and it's just like, oh yeah, I can talk to Goemon. You can't hear?
Oh, that
him?
was very funny.
Just so that he
wow.
can feel
Wanted to be
special.
helpful.
And then
yeah.
20 episodes later, Goemon just flew into Onari's chest and is just like, look, guys, he can't hear a thing I'm saying.
He just wanted to be helpful.
Yeah, and then it finally paid off though, where Onari was possessed by Goemon. And it was fun.
It was cute. It was a cute payoff.
Onari was so great. He's a gem of the
Onari
show.
is awesome.
He was.
I wish that he wasn't in New York, but I'm happy that he's living his best life because I want him to come back for something.
Yeah, I was a little sad that he, given that he lives on the other side of the planet, he couldn't come back for the Ghost Saber specials.
We got
you know,
Javert
because
instead,
Javert
which
was there.
And I'm Javert.
Tutankhamun is one of my favorites because of the scythe. I have an affinity for scythe weapons, and the fact that I didn't even expect it to be as.
Oh, you mean the selfie stick?
Yeah, the selfie stick.
I'm forgiving it
I do
because
love
it's
that.
still technically scythe. But again, it's one of those things where I was like, oh wow, that really does work. The color scheme, the weapon, I dig it a lot more than I thought I was.
Yeah, I do
It's a
really
very-
love the shade of like green blue
Yeah.
that they chose for Tutankhamun. Like they just picked a really really good color. I'm a very big color person. If you haven't noticed,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
Sono is in
so-
fact an artist, and they are awesome at doing art.
yeah, I have $200,000 worth of formal art education, so I'm a big color person. So I like so much of what I love about Tutankhamun is just that color scheme that they chose. Like it just
Yeah.
looks so good.
And then, well, let's move on to like me. You guys know I have a bias towards purple, so Nobunaga
Ooh.
with his the fact that like well with the gun hand and then like it just you just literally close it to make it the shotgun mode. It's just like I think that's what's perfect for it. And it's also the good contrast between like Takeru's Musashi and then Makoto's Nobunaga. Like those are like, which is funny when you think about it. Because yeah, like with the whole thing that Sona mentioned earlier with Benkei versus Nobunaga, that would have fit. But I think it's just because like that's their centralized Japanese based forms, and like yeah, I love the purple. Like I said, I love purple, and the fact that we're getting kind of like that same thing that we have with Musashi with the double sword crossover, and then you have the double rifle kind of crossover on his face.
Yep, loves guns.
Yep.
God, Nobunaga loves guns. I love a good fictional Oda Nobunaga. Real one, yeah, but good
Yeah.
fictional Oda Nobunaga. Love it. Love to see it.
We're gonna suspend all the negatives of all these heroes for this show.
Yeah, but because
just gonna
Oda
just
Nobunaga
ignore
is
them.
such like a big cultural figure, there's really at this point a huge separation between the real historical Oda Nobunaga and the fictional cultural Oda Nobunaga.
Yeah.
And I do love me a good fictional Oda Nobunaga.
I dig it. I do like the Omega Drive. The finisher for his is really one of my favorites with the range of rifles. It really does. It gives you that taste of his tactics, so to speak, but also visually it looked amazing too. So
Just the one-man firing squad.
Yeah,
It's so
that
good.
was so awesome. So awesome.
And the last of Makoto's three icons, we have the ironic spirit of Harry Houdini. Harry Houdini was known to, not believe in the supernatural, so the fact that he gets to turn into a ghost in this show is hilariously ironic.
And
That's why
they
he's so
bring
strong.
that up too. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's very
he's so
like-
strong because he's mad.
Yeah, like Harry Houdini, like Houdini Damashi, the icon possesses Yoko from Go Busters. Like different character, same actress.
Okay.
And it's just like as a ghost, and it's just like there's no such thing as ghost. It's like my
Sir.
dude.
Sir.
Your current state, might
Yes.
I address?
I do like how much of a big one he is for Makoto, though, since Makoto's whole thing is escaping.
I mean,
Like,
it's
he's
an
kind of
amazing
escaping
look.
this. It's an
Design.
amazing look, but I like it
Yeah.
symbolically. One that he is also the one that's the motorcycle, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yes,
he's the motorcycle.
He is the
He's
bike.
a machine hoodie.
Yeah, so he's the bike, just as this symbolic thing for Makoto, who is trying to break out of this toxic cycle that he's in. I like Houdini for him. Arisa Komiya is great. I am glad that she is part of the recurring lineup and is kind of becoming the modern day Now Nagasawa.
Oh.
This are coming back for everything. Her appearance in 01. But yeah, that was it for for Makoto's Tamashis. Now we move on to Necroms, which
I mean, special mention for Edison, because Edison was the only icon that actually got to like swap back and forth between multiple people.
yeah,
Like Edison and Houdini are the only ones that actually got to trade.
Yeah.
and the
Although I
fact
don't think Houdini was more of a trade; it was more of a I got this in your will.
Yeah.
yeah, like also like Edison was the only one that actually got modified, right? I think like Houdini still kept his double horns.
Yeah,
but
well, because
when-
Houdini's horns are like a physical part of the bike. Because
Yeah.
Houdini
Yeah,
doesn't
good
like
point.
appear; it just transforms. But Edison, since it comes out of the icon, Edison can like actually change based on who uses it, which I thought was a good detail.
That's cool.
Yeah. So Edison had the double horns when Makoto used them. Well, yeah. Now onto Necrom's forms, which honestly, I like the concept, but I just the fact that we have that protruding kind of like
The
Structure.
scuba mask.
scuba mask. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of the detractor for me, especially like if you want to play around with your ghost, like your ghost figures and swap the different parkas. Like you have the same Necrom face on like Takaru or Makoto instead of just having like more of the flatter appearance. But I think it's because he used the Mega Loader.
Yeah,
a
and
device.
like when Spectre, for reasons, used the Necrom icon, the face was the same still. So I'm willing to give that a pass too because it's consistent.
Yeah, but yeah, the Brothers Grimm. I love the little pens.
I love
Oh, yeah, the little tentacle pen shoulders. That is awesome.
The
The fact
dip
that there's
pen
two of them,
shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm so
the
charmed
fact that-
by it.
like I love that when we actually like went into Brothers Grimm world, like when that we were at the point of the show where Takaru could like look into the eye and like beam himself in. There were two of them with different eye colors.
No.
Yeah,
That was really clever.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is perfect, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when I eventually have Reggie paint these, because paint them he did.
yeah. And then of course we have Sanzo.
Or if you're a Dragon Ball fan, Bulma.
I love it.
I'm not joking. It's Bulma, Goku, Yamcha on the back, and Oolong on the other shoulder.
Oh my god.
Love
Oolong.
John.
Yeah,
Uh,
Journey to the
love a
West
good
is a
Journey
hell
to
of a
the
drug.
I like that his hoodie is actually kind of more reminiscent of like the crown headdress that you usually see with Sanzo.
Yeah, especially like God, what like when they have people like being possessed by these ghosts, and Sanzo, of course, had to get Koyomi from Wizard as part of their idol episode, and I'm just like, this is perfect casting because
yeah.
you've got Koyomi telling her agency to go screw itself.
Which is so funny. Oh my
And-
god,
Yeah.
that episode.
Meta as hell, huh?
She is so passive aggressive in that episode. Like, it's so. I love how salty she is about that, and how she does not hold back.
Yeah, it's like Japanese people are famously polite and nice in interviews. So when you get Koyomi Wizard or what's the Dragon Ball author? Somebody help me out here. Toriyama.
Akira
Toriyama.
Toriyama.
Yeah, Akira. Because like Akira Toriyama is like my go-to example for this. Because when he saw Dragon Ball Evolution, it made him so mad that he created more movies. And he said as much to people. He's just like, that movie sucked. I am not letting my life's work end with that. Here's a giant Egyptian space kitten.
See, Koyomi wasn't outwardly like that. She was very passive aggressive in her graduation speech. She talked about Wizard, and kind of how, but she was very passive aggressive about the fact that like, oh, it was I enjoyed doing it, but there were some things. And this was like immediately after Wizard ended too, that she graduated. It was like right after.
Wow.
Like it's very, very funny, and I adore her.
And Necrom being able to hold his own in his base form is entirely because of Sanzo's influence on him. Like, that was a amazing arc with
Yeah.
Alan and Javert.
Yeah, becoming the
So good.
that's what I was saying. Part
Yeah.
of his evolution, like as that particular part was what solidified that for me. Like,
Yeah, and getting the white selfie stick out of the deal, which I actually pre-ordered immediately and is currently in my closet.
nice.
No white selfie stick. So that's it for the 15 hero experience.
Although-
Of course, they all.
I do want to make a small complaint about Sanzo while we're slightly on it before I, drag Reggie off of it onto the main suits.
Okay.
I wish that they had the suit actors to really use Sanzo's big power of becoming 4 people as a more of an upgrade for Alan. Like,
Yeah.
because he can summon, like, Goku, Yamcha, and Oolong,
That's a good point.
but he did it 3 times, and one of them was to fight Javert, and then he got the gun and never used him again.
Yeah. But yeah. So moving on to the combination of the 15 spirits, I after looking at him, I think we can pretty much just call him Proto Grangio.
I
Grateful
call
Damacy.
him King Form 2.
Basically,
King Form 2. That
King
works too.
Form 2. All right, I'm gonna use that one too.
But yeah, Grateful Damacy. I know there's like a lot of people who don't really like its look or the fact that it switches belts, but
Oh, I love
Fight
it.
all of them.
the helmet combination of like pretty much the details of almost every single Damacy helmet onto that helmet is genius. Like you can see like Ryoma's horn, like just off here you can see Ryoma's horns, the middle hood part of Houdini, the sides for Tutankhamen. You've got obviously the sword / ponytail of Nobunaga. Like you can kind of make out the little electric Z points from Edison. Like the fact that the helmet is also a combination of the different spirits, and then just their logos spread out throughout the body. Spread out throughout.
Yeah, no, I love this form. I thought it was great. I thought it was very clever. I thought it was really a culmination of what the forms were about. Like it all really worked well. I guess I can see why people wouldn't like it. It's kind of busy, but it works for me.
Yeah. And like the fact that it's also able to like instead of like being possessed or like taking over, however you want to interpret what Takeru does with the Ghost Driver to the 15 spirits, now with Grateful, he's not fighting with them, he's fighting alongside them.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I love that part of this suit too, because it gets to some hilariously bad CGI when Takeru summons all 15 of them in one hit.
Yeah.
But I love that so much though. And like it gives him like a chance to like use some of Makoto's powers without taking away the spirits from Makoto himself.
It's just a very clever use of it.
Yeah.
I do think that the one improvement could have been the driver. I don't think that continuous cycle was necessary. I think there should have been a faster way to do that. That's the only complaint I have about this form.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, like if it was more of a dial instead of a lever, I would appreciate that a lot more.
Yeah. I was just wondering why.
When he was easier to make as a toy.
Design limitations probably.
Yeah, I just figured he was just like, you know what? I'm obnoxious as hell. How can I make that a thing?
I mean, that is perfectly in character for the person that designed this belt in the show. You cannot trust that old man.
No.
It takes way too much. But yeah, the belt is probably just the one detractor of the form, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I still love the belt. Like it could be better. I still love it.
My only real criticism of the belt is the fact that they have this whole very elaborate face under the ghost plastic, the like semi-translucent ghost plastic, and I really expected them to do something with that in the show. And they never did.
Sort of did.
I painted mine.
Not totally though.
Face.
Creepy Teeth had his like in his briefcase that was without the face cover.
Yeah, and I expected them to actually do something with that, and they never really did.
Well, look, it's not 0-1. We can't just take the face off of the belt and call it a different belt 1,000 times.
I mean, they could have done something with that for Deep Spectre. I think that would have been a great place to use it.
Yeah. So speaking of Deep Spectre, that's Makoto's like initial upgrade within the show. You know, it's obviously like kind of a boost style, with more of the flame, the antlers. Everybody I know, most people I know call it Moose Spectre.
No, he's the king of the forest.
Yeah, it's oh dear God Spectre.
Oh,
I love
I was
it.
gonna say-
I love the suit.
I was gonna say Bambi Spectre.
Yeah,
That
and
jingle,
he's
though.
Angry Bambi.
I mean,
Jingle.
except Bambi's mom died and Arya thankfully lived.
But yeah, we got the deep slasher out of this though, so a more pointier version of the sunglass slasher. And then I like that one fight where it's like the clone Makoto versus regular Makoto, and they're both using the deep slasher, and one of them you can definitely tell is the toy, and the other one's like this very thin like cardboard model or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what happened was one was the prop that they used to put icons in, and the other was the prop that they used for fighting.
Like you can actually find that picture where like this of the still when they're fighting,
and like the belts are completely different too.
Yeah. Like one's the stunt belt, one's the actual like prop belt.
Yeah,
One is the distance model.
Yes. Which I mean, it's like watching Saber every time that Buster has to fight. It's like you can clearly tell when they change out the sword.
Kamen Rider swords.
I love Deep Spectre though. I love that suit.
Deep Spectre is wonderful.
Like Kamen Rider swords when they're static, Kamen Rider swords when they're fighting.
There's the lie, though.
True.
But yeah, Deep Spectre suit. I do like also like the little like shoulder parts.
Yes, and like when Deep Spectre when Makoto like gets a form change out of Deep Spectre into Gekiko Spectre, and it just gives him giant like eye wings.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that.
So good. It's such
so
a good
dumb.
suit.
I love it.
That's the
And I love like the antlers as an expansion of the Oni horns on Spectre.
Yeah, it's like you took both of the horns and just lit them on fire.
Like it's so good.
How Boost did it, to be fair.
Yeah.
My favorite part is the jingle of the belt, the initial awaken, dive too deep. I
yeah.
love that
It's
every time.
It's so good.
Every time.
Deep Spectre is the icon that made me buy the Ghost Driver, and now I own every icon.
Deep Spectre is a gateway drug. Okay.
Yes. Deep Spectre. My wallet dived too deep.
That's good.
Your wallet became Tenkuji Takeru.
Yeah.
Except it didn't recover after 99 days. It's been God knows how many years. I can't do the math right now, and it still hasn't recovered.
The old man lied to you.
Yeah, don't trust the old man.
I should have named the thing.
You shouldn't. He was in Nodame Cantabile too, and you couldn't trust him there either.
I should have named the episode "Don't Trust the Old Man." Now.
You can still change the title.
But yeah, I mean, what guys? I think that we haven't really touched base on this though for the Deep Spectre. What were your guys' thoughts on the change of the base suit though, going from the black and blue to the silver and blue?
I love it.
I dug it. I think because the coat stayed dark, it kept kind of the balance of the color blocking of the suit.
Yeah.
And it made it like doing such a stark change of the black to the silver kind of made it clear, oh, the stakes have changed. This is a much bigger deal.
Dig that.
The visual language of it is very, very good.
Yeah. We don't have the picture on here, but of course Necrom did have his own kind of. This we're talking more, the kind of the boost theme forms for the riders. Necrom did get Yujo boost, that
Yujo.
gold and that gold with the red eye, like kind of just a repaint, honestly, of boost, kind of in a way.
Yeah, it's a repaint of the boost Damashi with like a slight repaint of the normal Necrom base.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are you guys' thoughts on Yujo Boost? I mean, he's obviously not up here, but
In terms of what it
I
meant
don't
for
remember
him,
it.
and yeah, as the power.
I'm not
The
gonna lie.
The Spectre movie.
Yeah.
Nope, don't remember it.
wasn't- It was just pretty, but in terms of what it did for him, it capped off the fact that he never got anything. So it was kind of a gimme in the saddest way for him. But again, it did work out. It's not ugly, but it's not something that you could tell that they were like, he really deserves something amazing. No, they were just like, we have some of this left over, and you have some gum. We gotta stick this part right. Okay, all right, yep, paint it gold, give it to him. Perfect.
I mean, the fact that I don't remember it at all, I think, says a lot of how much of an impact it left.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was sad.
Let me see if I can just drag it onto the screen.
I'm DMing you the image of Sin and Yujo Burst, Reggie.
It's not letting me pull it up onto the other screen. Darn it. But yeah, we can, I guess, move on to Takaru's final form. His final form of the show. We did get other Damashis and like different specials like Tenkai, and of course the Heisei and Showa forms. But Infinity, aka Mr. Glitter Bomb,
I
right
love
over
it.
here.
I love a glitter suit. I love a glitter suit.
Yeah,
It looks good. It looks good.
Okay, Dresden, your turn.
I
No, your turn.
I love.
I don't have that
Mugen
one.
Damashi.
Oh, dang it.
All of my icons are behind me. I don't have my belt. I had to put it away because that icon doesn't turn off, so my cat will bat at it forever.
That's what you get. You get an Ari. Oh God, he's still got one. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Sir.
If Sin
Okay,
Spectre was the reason that you got the belt, then Mugen was the reason I did.
There we go.
Yeah.
I love this suit. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous suit.
Reg, I'm about to Amazon overnight that whole outfit, bro. I'm still gonna go trick or treating. Like, let's do this.
Do it, man. Let's go.
I love it, man.
Let's go. Kaka go. Go, 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 go.
But legit, like for me, Mugen, if I loved Vanilla Ghost from the beginning of the show. When they introduced Mugen, my heart exploded with how much I loved the design. It took everything I loved about Base Ghost and made it prettier, but very much an upgrade in terms of what a powerful form looks like for him should be. Like everything about it speaks to me. I loved everything, and I can't obsess enough because this is like the point of why I wanted to talk about this, because this form, everything about it, the wings, excuse me, the jacket, everything about it implied this angelic aspect to him that really unified everything, all the ideas of his emotions, of everything, of believing in humanity, and all the goody parts. The shonen part of the show really comes through when he got this form. And behind that form was this amazing design. You know what I mean? So everything about it is why I adore Ghost, because of this form itself. So I am super biased. I'm even creating my own OC around a couple designs because of that. So, sorry. I'm not sorry.
It's just and like I agree. I really love that we go from kind of Ghost that I think this was mentioned in chat, but Ghost itself, or Damashi, is based off of a Firefly because of that kind of in and out kind of ghostliness of an ephemerality of Fireflies, and that he is kind of this being kind of moving through the dark of the world, trying to bring a little light into it, into him becoming this huge, amazing source of light as he kind of takes on the power of the Great Eye God and tries to bring that to everyone. Like, again, the design language of Ghost is incredible, and that suit is gorgeous. I love how they have kind of weaved the infinity symbols into it.
Everywhere, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's really beautiful.
Yeah, and like going from like Takeru, like the main Ghost suit, is a flatlined heartbeat that looks like bones, and then you've got Makoto, which is an actual heartbeat that kind of goes more erratic with Deep Spectre, and then Takeru goes from flatlining to he is forever. Like, he goes from dead to infinity at the end, and it's just...
It's so good.
God, the Mugen suit is so good, and I am so mad that in canon we can't use it anymore. But like, just throw the novel out. It's fine. Just throw the novel in the garbage. It never happened. It doesn't need to happen. Just give me that suit on my TV again.
Novels are nebulously canon.
I love this suit.
We can just...
Also, Reggie, did you get my like 7 DM spams?
Yeah, I'm adding them to the folder right now. I
Okay,
just gotta wait
perfect.
until they...
But it's so good. I love how he gets it,
Yes.
and that it's everyone reaching for him.
And like he has 7 friends, and it's powered by 7 emotions, and like,
It's
and
so
even
good.
like on a more line of narrative level, just like on a like a kind of tongue in cheek, not quite, but like just kind of like something they snuck in at the beginning of the show. Takeru's always had more weapons than forms to use them, because when he got the Gangan Saber, the Naginata mode, where it like splits into and becomes like a staff, that never had a form to go with it. And then that always bugged me, because it was like, why does, like, you know, we have the normal sword for Ore, 2 swords for, you know, Musashi, the gun for Edison, the bow, the hammer, everything else. And then he gets Mugen, and Mugen Damashi is the Naginata. And I'm just like, it was waiting for him this whole time.
I love it. I love it so much.
It's so good.
Now,
I love this.
Also, honorable mention for the Ghost suits to Grandpa Ichigo. I haven't seen that movie yet.
I haven't either. I
That
haven't
suit
on
is
DVD
so
either.
good.
You're gonna tank Ichigo? Tank
Yes,
Ichigo?
yeah,
Oh
yes.
my god.
Stop
yes.
praying for my grandpa. He's become too powerful.
Yes.
Oh my god. Everything about that is amazing.
But yeah,
Oh, there
here,
we go.
here we
So-
go.
Oh, I
Yeah.
kind
Use
of
your boost
remember
as
that
Yeah.
now. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
It
okay.
looks weird on top of the Necron jumpsuit, but it's fine.
They kind of ruined the Necrom jumpsuit a little bit for this form.
It just the flames don't work. It just
Yeah.
does not. The flames are not
don't
needed.
work. Like the gold, the white, the black, and the green is too many colors.
Yeah, if they took the green out, it would be fine, because the white
Yes.
with that is fine, but the green just makes it feel weird.
Or
Sticks
if it's
out.
like green flames instead of gold flames.
Well, yeah, maybe
Like,
repainting
get
colors.
rid of the
Yeah.
green or get rid of the gold is my problem
Yeah,
with this suit.
one of the
Well, they
two.
would have
Yeah.
layered. I would have layered green with the gold. If you're gonna embrace
Yeah.
the green, just go full
Yeah.
body with it.
Even if they tipped all of the gold with the green,
Yeah.
it would be fine. But just
Yeah.
having the green on the jumpsuit and
Are you taking notes, Reg? Because
not tied in anywhere else.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
Yeah, Toei, please hire me
No.
as a suit doctor.
yeah, no, Reggie, you're taking notes on this one, right? Like, can you
Green
make those flames with some glue?
Green flames.
I've seen you do some good fire effects. Can you replicate the shoulders and the face?
Green.
I will give you money.
The green flames or gold suit.
You got it. He's got it. Nailed it. All right.
But yeah, of course, on the left side of this picture, though, we see Makoto's designated final form, Sin Spectre.
Sid
So,
Spectre, which is
obviously-
another dope. Yep, another amazing device. Well, I meant device. I meant henshin jingle. Excuse me. Another
Oh,
amazing
God,
henshin
yes.
jingle. He just rocks every henshin jingle. That's all he
Like,
does for the
With
show.
the contrast with Takaru being the 7 emotions, we have obviously the 7 deadly sins for Sin Spectre. And it's just funny because Sin Spectre, I think, doesn't he have like angelic wings in this form?
That
Yes,
you know,
but it's more of a fallen angel than a proper
yeah.
angel.
Yeah.
which makes it a little bit better. But you
Yeah.
know, like
He's
I-
more
I-
Luciferian.
Yeah, which I mean,
do love
it really
better
works
Yeah.
in his continued kind of being the other side of the coin to Takaru, and how that isn't necessarily bad.
Right.
Like, even if he is like relying heavily on these sins, it is about him kind of taking that part of himself and using it for good.
You're right. I never had
Also, it's a
any
great
issues
looking
with
suit.
Yeah,
it's
it is an
great.
amazing looking suit, and I'm glad we got to see it twice. It's something that I enjoyed more the second time.
Yeah.
I do
and
like the fact that. Oh, go on, Sono.
No, I also like that, you know, we have that progression of Spectre as a black suit into Sin Spectre, or not Sin Spectre, sorry, Deep Spectre
Spectre.
as that kind of silver suit,
But
and
still
then
with the
Sin
dark coat.
Spectre into the white suit.
Yeah.
I think that's also kind of it is the same visual progression as Takeru, but he's still going kind of in that opposite direction, and I think that's very, very cool. It's just very
and, like,
good design language.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like since like Deep Spectre kind of has, you know, the lighter undersuit and then like the darker coat kind of covering it, like because, you know, Makoto was like hiding, you know, the good inside with the fires of basically hell.
Yeah.
And now Makoto's just like, no, he is all white, he is all exposed, like, you know, this is who I am as a person. I'm going to accept that, and Dad, you're getting shot in the face 7 times.
Yeah. Oh, and his ultimates, and these ultimates, by the way. Oh my god.
God,
these
the
ultimates.
finishers for this
Yeah.
form.
Oh my god.
Like it takes the love that I had for Nobunaga times infinity times 7. So like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like you get 7
Infinity?
dope, amazing attacks, and I don't
Like
know which
a
one's my favorite.
crocodile kick.
Yeah, that's a good one. What was that? The gluttony bite?
Yeah, I think that was Gluttony Bite, yeah. And then, like, I love that they are, after all of this time with Makoto, his weapon is a giant arm with a slapping hand at the end of it. We finally get Envy Slap with this form, where he literally slaps you in the face with his gun.
Yes. I love it.
Let me see if I got the right picture for the next one. Oh, well, skip.
There
we
he-
go.
No.
Ooh.
I
We're
said
gonna
them in
talk about the
wrong
last
order,
one.
Sorry.
Now this
No,
one
you're
I'm
fine.
not familiar
Okay.
with. This was a
Hey,
movie
guys.
form, right?
Yes, this is so the only thing that I can complain about the Mugen Damashi suit is that I wish that they also used it on this Tenka Toitsu Damashi form from Ghost Xaid instead of using like the right, because this is supposed to be like the combination of all of Alan's stuff, all of Makoto's stuff with Takeru.
Really?
And yeah, it's because like you see the Naginata now, but then like he also gets like the Gongun catcher and the Gongun hand, and he dual wields like the sunglass slasher and the deep slasher. Like this is yes, like because this is Takeru just going all out with the power of God herself, and he is not ready for it. But neither is this stupid Bugster in front of us either, because
poor
you heard
Bugster.
Akari and you're going to die.
Wait, so he's unleashing that not against the main villain. This is some lackey?
Yeah, well, because this is the Bugster that possessed Akari and infected her in the Ghost Xaid movie. So
Oh my
this
God.
is Takeru's, one of his friends is dying in a hospital bed, and
he's
this
mad
is
about
when
it.
he stops holding back.
Oh, this didn't stand a chance. This poor thing didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
Yes, and then but to have this on the normal Ghost suit instead of on the Mugen suit was such a I don't want to say a letdown, but such a downgrade to like what this form represents and what it deserved.
A missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes, and like
I mean, it
the
still
fact
looks
that
amazing.
the fact that like the 3 ghosts that it's fused from Nobunaga, Ieyasu, and Hideyoshi.
That's who they are.
Yes, so it's like you got Nobunaga for Spectre.
The Unifiers? Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got the whole squad.
It's the unification of Japan. Is the unification of these three dudes to wreck this Tetris knockoffs-ish.
Oh my god. That is amazing. I love it. I love it a lot.
He couldn't use it against Pac-Man. It would end the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, just the sound of it. Nothing's gonna stand up to that poor thing. That poor Gama, Bugster,
whatever. It's a good movie.
Yeah, this poor Bugster didn't have a chance.
Right, and then the last form picture we're gonna be talking about is, of course, this is a very blurry looking version of Count Spectre. So Count gets her own, Spectre form. Like, I love the fact that they did base it off of Spectre, and obviously with her role as Kirame Pink, and like having, with the Spectre with the actual heartbeat monitor lines, keeping that on her, but giving her the Infinity Coat. She's basically a doctor.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so good. It's so good.
And
I love the suit.
When? That's my question.
Yeah.
When?
Cowards.
SH Figure Arts when you make it for me.
Pretty much. You gotta set the trend, man.
Won't give me this or Dark Necron Pink.
Dark Necron Pink, yeah.
DMP is one of my favorite rider suits. That suit is gorgeous on every single level. The matte black. The matte black is what does it for me. But that suit is perfection. I love this suit. I love that Canon finally got this suit. She deserves it. It shouldn't have taken this long.
So now, if you ever get a hold of a Necrom and a Ghost, just let me know, and I can probably make something up.
I'll hit you up.
All right.
I'll hit you up.
Yeah,
you know what?
Look, left corner of my icon right now. There she is.
Yeah. No, I love Dark Necron Pink.
Left corner of your icon?
Oh.
Okay, there are so many times where I've needed to write the word icon, like ICON, and have written out icon. Because of this show, because it lives in my head rent-free forever.
Icon.
I lost my mind when Arya transformed. I love Arya. She's also one of my favorite characters, like after Onari and Javert. And the fact that they didn't let her... The fact that they didn't let her do anything, that she got to fight for like 2 seconds, got knocked out of it, was then in like a coma for several episodes, and then was just like sitting off to the side for the rest of the show was such a bummer.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all made a whole suit. Do something.
What a hell of a showing that she did get, because she went toe-to-toe with two of her gods.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Did better than anyone except Takaru did in the entire show up to that point or after.
Yeah, I mean, it was great, but do more of it.
Yeah.
Let her do more.
Oh yeah, no, she deserved more, but what she got in itself, chef's kiss.
It was great. It was just such a thing where I kept expecting it to come back and like her to get to do something at least at the end. And I'm like, y'all made her a whole suit. Let her use it again.
I did like the Dark Ghost form, or the Dark Ghost suit.
Yeah, I know that Dresden sent me the pictures, but I would have to stop screen share, upload them again, and then...
okay, if you say so. But yeah, that, and then like the 4 Dark Necroms, red, blue, yellow, and pink. God, those are such good but basic suits. Like, it shows that you don't need like a whole lot of, paint budget or anything to like make the suit pop.
Yeah.
It's very much how much can you do with how little. And then like on the opposite end of that, with like those 4 and Dark Ghost, can we talk about the peacock that is Kamen Rider Extremer from the 100 Icons movie? Argos' upgrade form.
Yeah.
The gold and black one.
The one with the big cloak.
Yes. I'll let me find a good picture and I'll
think I have something here.
I'll Discord it to you, Sono.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen the Ghost movies. No, I mean, that is literally a peacock, but I do not remember that at all. Wow. I straight up, that has escaped my brain.
So you guys know that like TikTok meme of like I like you, have a cupcake. I like you, have a
Yes.
cupcake. Ew. It's basically how I
Yeah.
feel about Extremer.
Uh,
Compared to the other ones. I don't like it.
no, it wasn't a strong suit.
It's fine. It's not
Here,
my
Sono,
favorite.
for you.
There's my girl. There's my baby. I love it. Look, the matte black.
Yeah,
The
this
matte black did it for me.
Yeah.
This should
It's
be
so
a fairly,
good.
This should be a fairly easy repaint, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did it already.
yeah,
Like, you've done this before. I have visual proof on screen right now.
could grab it off your shelf, turn on your camera, and show the world. but yeah, and then of course you mentioned Dark.
Yeah,
So then,
I do. Yeah,
God,
I mean,
the Dark
Necron.
Ghost suit is just so, like, it's so perfect. It'll just like replace the orange with white and make the eyes evil.
yeah,
Nothing wrong
It's
with
so
it.
good.
Yeah,
It's so
I-
good. They nailed it in one.
Yeah. And then they tried to give him an upgrade and they downgraded the actual suit.
Yeah, well,
because what struck me to recall Dark Ghost was when actually revised with Kamen Rider Evil. Just the painted eyes. I was like, wow, that
Yeah.
strikes me as
Yeah.
so familiar. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's just yeah, that's right. So I dig this because of its simplicity, but it makes me appreciate Evil a little bit more now.
yeah, Evil is a very good suit design.
Yeah.
But the thing about
Go ahead.
just the thing about Dark Ghost that I really love that in making it black and white, they then add that bit of red to the eye in the chest
Yeah,
Yeah.
that little
to
scratch
just
of
kind of
paint.
really emphasize like there is something bigger going on here.
Yeah.
evil.
But like I really want Revi to get a ghost something stamp and then have Evil steal it for like at least a minute.
Speculation.
I
What
want-
would you be if you could make Ghost a vice stamp? What would it be?
Oh God, put me on the spot while you're at it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, the easiest thing to think of is probably iguana.
Iguana would make sense.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
exactly, it would make sense. We can't do that. Only the Showa
Right,
Riders are
because
allowed to make
nothing
sense.
does.
The show has a lot of
Only the Showa Rider stamps are allowed to be logical here.
Ghost kangaroo.
I could see it.
Ghost kangaroo? Isn't that already one?
Oh yeah, true. Or like
Yeah.
a horse.
Ghost horse. That's so perfect. 'cause
I know
it's
you
just
can't
lie.
trust horses, which means that it doesn't fit, which means it's perfect.
The remix
that's
would
true.
be a lot easier
You cannot
to do.
trust horses.
And you
That is
can't
a
trust
fact.
Kaguru, so this does not fit, which means it's perfect for what Revice is doing.
And the remix would be suggestive and atrocious to see. So
Yeah.
let's do it.
It's like, yeah, Demon's face instead of like him getting like limbs or stuff. Demon's face just morphs into a horse with the ghost, like with the ghost horn.
Like that Snapchat
Oh my
filter.
God.
Just turn
Oh,
Maybe
God.
then he could be a literal unicorn finally.
Sorry to bother you.
Wait, guys, I gotta pull up Jotaku's comment. Let's go. No.
That's really good.
That's perfect.
That's
So it
really
has to be a
good.
horse. That's it. All right. Perfect decision. Ghost has to be a horse. Anything else is insufficient.
Yeah. I really hope that we do get more of the other writers. I mean, I love the fact
want
that
the other 10.
yeah, I love the fact that Demons does go back into the the Showa with like the mole for Amazon.
I love that it's the mole. I love any time that Amazon related things acknowledge mole. I mean, you can't not, but he's my boy. He
the
deserves
turtle with
it.
B3 and then the Scorpion with X. I mean, that's like I guess that they really can't make a Nego stamp because like Nego and Ichigo kind of both fit with the Bata vice stamp. I mean,
Yeah.
unless they decide,
Just a repaint. That's it.
yeah, just a repaint, a slight repaint, or maybe if we don't get that rumored like Cobra Rider, like maybe no wait, who
Look, Aguilera has to be a Rattlesnake Rider. It would fit both. It would complete both trilogies. It would It would do the spider, bat, snake trio, and it would do the wolf, giant squid, rattlesnake, original Rider Generals trio.
Oh wow.
Aguilera has to be a rattlesnake.
Christina? I keep forgetting that that's the name of the main villain for the show. It's like what?
Is it Gift or Gifu? I have no idea which it is.
GIF. G-I-double-F. Yes.
With double F.
Not the animated picture? Yeah. So yeah, we've talked about ghost forms. I mean, that was like we've actually gone into like our 2-hour mark. We didn't even get to really into the villains of the show.
That's because everybody in this show is good. Even the villains end up good.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only real villain is Adele, and he's just kind of
he gets better
around.
Yeah, he's just there naked. Just
like,
naked.
The only villain is man's hubris trying to replicate God.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
No, the real villain is the old man, the sage. The sage is the real villain.
That he's just messing with stuff.
Trust that man.
The only thing that brings me close to trusting him is that man does love his cat. That man did put his cat in the box with him.
And because of that, we got Urison. Yeah, don't trust the old man. Don't trust the old man. That's just basically the moral of the story. It's like, it's if you were to go off of like different Kamen Rider themes, it's all like, like be selfless, don't give in to your desire. Friendship is key.
Yeah.
Never give up hope.
Don't trust the old man. Capitalism is evil.
Never don't give up.
Takahashi is gonna come back every couple of years and remind us capitalism is the real villain.
Yeah, like that's twice now, and that's twice now where this guy has said that the villain is trying to replicate God.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Gadmiser and Storius. What do they have in common? They tried to replicate God. Do not trust old men, and do not try to replicate God.
Yeah, you just have to punch God.
Yeah, you punch God or you make out with God. There's no third option. Yes, like you either date God or you punch them in the face a lot.
No, I have the idea that we could bridge Ghost and 01. So you have Guy now who just found the 1000 driver. He's going to make his brand new company. He's going to partner with Steve Bills to rebuild a brand new Neo Zaya. And now we're going to have Kamen Rider Bills and Kamen Rider Thouser 2.0. Watch. That's what's happening.
The only issue there is that they're going to conflict with each other because Thouser doesn't pay his bills. All right, guys. I think this is a kind of a good cutoff point. I mean, yeah, we've been going on for 2 hours.
I can keep going.
Really glad that you guys.
I ain't done yet.
I need to use the restroom.
Leave us unattended. It's fine.
This is an emergency now.
But yeah, guys. Like I said, thank you for being on the show. If you guys were wondering, we were supposed to also have Carl, but unfortunately there was circumstances. So hopefully we can get him back on another episode, though.
We'll be on the drive episode. You'll see. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Drive episode recording at a special late time zone of 10 p.m. because I need to curse.
I want to keep the schedule, but yeah. So guys, let's see. Like I did put where they can find you in the description, but let's go down. Well, like where we're at. What's here? Actually, let's go back to a good pick. Yeah, let's just end it off on Cat Spectre. So let's go down the way that you guys see me here on the screen. So right below me is Sono. Sono, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Mama Fries Meal. You can find me on Twitch at Karate Bug Mom. Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, where I am not live action. I'm if you want to come, you find out. Don't worry about that. I try to keep those two. I try to keep those two things as separate as I can. But you can find mostly if you want to talk to me about Tokusatsu, you can go to one of those two places. and I will never stop talking. Bring something up, and I will not stop talking about it. That is how I choose to live my life.
Yeah, join Sono's Discord. I will usually point out on Tuesday nights what we just watched that made them cry, so you can bring it up on Wednesday.
Yeah, I honestly don't check my Discord as often as I should. But
I will make sure to post what made them cry.
That's awesome.
Mama Fries Meal on Twitter, Karate Bug Mom on Twitch. I do a tokusatsu podcast of my own, 2 of them technically, Uncommon Cast RX and Laser Knees. One is a Rider podcast, one is a Sentai podcast. We cover shows week to week, break them down. I'm actually recording about Rev Ice 7 and 8 in about 2.5 hours.
Nice.
We don't record those live. We record them and I edit them. I'm behind on my edits because of other work. But if you look up Trial of Heroes podcast, you can get to our blog. You can look them up. I think on iTunes, you can look up either Uncommon Cast RX or Laser Knees, or you can just contact me on Twitter. I'll link you to them if you care that much about my opinions.
Okay.
They'll be there.
And below Sono, we got Dresden.
Yep, Dresden_Nova on Twitter. You can find me moderating a bunch of Twitch streams. Typically, Sonos. I'm there every time that they're live, and then twitch.tv/Drama King Matt if you want to see me troll a professional wrestler friend of mine. He streams Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Hell yeah.
And I don't create any content. I just have opinions very loudly about pro wrestling and tokusatsu and socialism.
Dress, we're going to link up.
Yeah.
And our last guest.
Well, thanks for having me.
I'll be here every week because now I've stolen Gary's job.
Well, Dresden, remember we're on a break until January when we
Okay, so I'll be here again in January because I've stolen Gary's job.
I'm Six. Six Echo. You can find me at the Tokudan podcast with Kaiju Carl. We stream as often as we can, ranting about anything Toku related. Kaiju Carl has his own Twitch stream that he has going on. Check him out. The same Tokudan. Link it to all of our stuff. Thanks for having me. Seriously.
I don't know what Carl has set up with raids, but I've tried to raid him a couple times and it won't let me. I don't know if that's maybe he's got something set up because of the bots that were going around.
He's suspicious of everyone, so he's got his guards up.
If there's like a whitelist for that, because I want to raid him when I see him on.
You're gonna get him. We'll get him.
Okay.
And as you guys
let him know.
As you guys know me, obviously, I'm your host. You can find me at twitter.com/truekros. I'm also going to start streaming again in November. Since we're going to be taking this break, I'm going to start streaming again. I'm going to be playing Spider-Man Miles Morales. So, be sure to check me out on there. And then, of course, Bugz2Men, here on the YouTube or on Twitter. We're going, like I said, we're going to be coming back in January with Drive, probably mid-January, because I know that both... the one that I've already asked Zach Lavoy, Hollywood Zach, I wanted him on there because I know a big Drive fan he is, and like his birthday is I think also in the same week mine is, so I'm pretty sure we're going to skip that weekend to do anything, so probably the following week, so mid-January. Cool. But yeah, guys, if you guys do want to see us again, just let us know. We had the idea of maybe doing like some mini episodes, like in the interim of not doing these Kamen Rider discussions. But I like to see your guys' suggestions. But everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all later. Let me get actually to the screen where I can end the broadcast.
See ya.
All right, bye.